It's time for Eurovision's most successful country. It's my top 5 Eurovision songs from Ireland. So welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. If it's the first time you've been on my channel, or if you haven't yet subscribed, please do click on that subscribe button. Also click on the notification bell, and please do share, like, and of course comment. So Ireland are still the most successful country in Eurovision, although for those of you who are perhaps a bit newer to the contest, that might be a bit of a surprise. But Ireland have been in since 1965, so they have a lot of entries, and they had an enormous amount of success in the 70s, 80s and 90s. They've won 7 times and also come second 4 times, and those 7 wins all took place between 1970 and 1997. Not been quite such a good time for them since then. Much like the United Kingdom, both Ireland and the UK have struggled in the kind of more recent years at Eurovision. So there's lots to choose from, and being a top 5 and having 7 wins, it means not all of those wins are in this top 5. So sorry to disappoint some of you that might be expecting to get all of them here. In 5th place is one of those winners. It's Niamh Kavanagh with In Your Eyes.
Suddenly an open door I never saw before. In your eyes I see the light leading me home again.
So Niamh won back in 1993. It was Ireland's 4th victory. They won in 1980. It was 1970, 1980, 1987, and then they won in 93, 94, 95, and 96. So Niamh was the fourth of their wins in 93. It was a battle of the redheads back in 93. That was against the UK's very own Sonia, and Niamh pipped Sonia to the post. It's very much a classic Irish Eurovision power ballad. She's got a great voice, very enjoyable. She came back to the contest in 2010, but sadly did not do quite so well, finishing sort of 23rd. So I think we'll remember her for this song, and a great one it is too. In 4th place, in my countdown, is Jedward with Lipstick.
She's got a lipstick on, here I come, da-da-da. She's got a lipstick on, hit and run, then a run. Turn my collar, collar, hey, hey, hey. Turn my collar, collar, hey, hey, hey.
So Jedward were the Ireland's 2011 entry, and they finished in a very respectable and perhaps surprising 8th place. Now, I think if you're surprised to find this in my top 5, please don't. I think it's a great cheesy tune. It's a lot of fun, great party song. I think a lot of people thought this would be an absolute car crash in terms of the performance and the song, and indeed it had its kind of slightly kind of on the edge moments when you thought they were going to fall over in their routines. They were quite well helped by some good backing singers, because their own vocals are not great, but actually it was a really good show, really good production, a lot of fun. It's really popular amongst sort of, in Eurovision parties, so I think it deserves to do well. Now, I am going to, in the future, do going country by country, looking at Eurovision songs so bad they're good. And some people would have thought Jedward might be in that one, but they're not. There is another Irish song that will make that I will choose for that, possibly poultry related. Gives you a clue. In 3rd place is another Irish winner. It's their most recent winner, Éamon Quinn with The Voice.
I am the voice in the wind and the pouring rain. I am the voice of your hunger and pain. I am the voice that always is calling you. I am the voice I will remain.
So quite bittersweet in some ways, because this was Ireland's last victory, their 7th victory. It was a runaway winner. Beautifully staged, beautifully sung, probably the most kind of Celtic of their all of their entries, and certainly of their winners. Very much ties in. It was very popular in the 90s. Enya was very popular around then as well. Still is. I love Enya. Beautiful voice, And yes, it was Ireland's very last victory, but who knows, we may come back again. In second place, it's time for another Eurovision winner, Johnny Logan, Mr. Eurovision with Hold Me Now. Now, this was Johnny Logan's second victory. So he had his first victory in 1980, which was Ireland's second, with What's Another Year. But it's his second win, Hold Me Now, that is my favourite. It's very much a big Eurovision power ballad. In fact, it perhaps is the classic Eurovision power ballad, or male one anyway. Now, Johnny Logan, I say he won in 1980. He won in 1987. He also was the writer for their winning song in 1992, which was Linda Martin with Why Me, and he also he was a writer of another Irish entry that was a runner-up in 1984, which is also Linda Martin, Terminal 3. So he's not known for being Mr. Eurovision for nothing. He's been very critical of Ireland's recent performances, and perhaps rightly so, but he will always have a big place in Eurovision history. So who's my number one? Well, maybe, a bit of a surprise, it's not an Irish winner. It's not one of their 7 winners. But it is someone who won Eurovision, and it's Linda Martin with Terminal 3.
Terminal 3, like some time. Long distance USA, last night I heard him say, could I be waiting, cause he'd be all alone. I told him not.
So Linda Martin won Eurovision in 1992 with Why Me, but it was her first song that she entered Eurovision with in 1984. That is my favourite song. I think this is just a great pop song. It's so catchy, and it came pretty close to winning, actually. It wasn't far off in terms of Sweden, who won that year. Linda Martin is just an icon. She's crazy. She's so much fun. I've seen her at the Vauxhall Tavern. I've seen her at Eurostars. I've seen her a couple of times at the London Eurovision party. She's so much fun. There's a lot of sort of Eurovision stars, they're very personable and quite, and will come and perform their songs or various other covers. But Linda Martin, it's like an entire performance with comedy and banter with the audience and some songs and probably a couple of drinks thrown in as well. She's an amazing legend, and I'm delighted to have her as my number one sort of Irish Eurovision song. So what did you think of my Irish top 5? Would you have put more different of their winners in? Are there ones that I've missed out or should have said? Do let me know in the comments, and join me again soon for my next Eurovision video.